stop, it just changes.
Isaac and Chris, in regards to dealing with 50 Cent, what did y'all learn from Lil Meech?
I never want to be on 50's bad side. That's all. I just learned that, and I never want to owe 50 money ever in life. Not from Lil Meech, but just in general, just from knowing 50.
Thing. Never owe money.
Never owe money because I know he wants it by Monday, and I just I just want to stay on his good side. That's it. I don't know. With him and the whole Lil Meech thing, I have no clue. I'm not privy to truly what's going on there. I just know my loyalty runs deep. I know the day I booked this role, one of the first things I did, you would appreciate it, Charlamagne, because you're a little messy. First thing I did was I went straight to Ja Rule's Instagram and pressed unfollow. It says follow back right now. It says follow back because I'd already met Ja. I'd already met him. But long before I got on power, I met him and he followed me, his manager and everything. And I said, the one thing that will not happen, Curtis Jackson will not choose to just be sitting down one day and go on Ja Rule's page and see followed by Chris D. Lofton. You will not. And I just unfollowed him.
No Ja Rule on the playlist anymore?
No, God heavens, no.
Heavens, though. You've been hanging around with me for too long.
What started as a simple DM, quietly sent behind the scenes, quickly turned into ammunition once it landed in the wrong hands. The moment 50 Cent caught wind of it, he didn't hesitate. That private message became public mockery, putting Big Meech back in the spotlight. This isn't just trolling or internet jokes, it's industry politics, loyalty being tested, sides being chosen, and how one small move can create serious consequences. Today, we're breaking down where this DM came from, how 50 Cent turned it into a weapon, and why Big Meech keeps finding himself targeted every time lines are drawn in this game. Because in hip-hop, one message sent to the wrong person can change everything. But for some reason, maybe Big Meech didn't notice it. It's possible he wasn't aware, and it's hard to keep track of everything online while staying grounded in the streets. He reached out to Chris Dalter and said, "Hey, what's up, fam? Any work?" Chris Dalter didn't reply privately. Instead, he posted directly on his story, saying, "Not a chance, Demetrius." 50 Cent saw that and responded publicly, saying, "Work on what? He's an actor, not selling dope. You're watching too much Power." 50 Cent used this moment to highlight that Big Meech's current options are limited. He seemed to mock him, pointing out that with the BMF show concluded, opportunities are scarce. Chris Dalter's post also made it clear where he stood with 50 Cent, signaling that he wasn't trying to burn bridges, but was lightly teasing the situation. This gave 50 Cent another opportunity to address Big Meech publicly. Now, I can't confirm whether Big Meech personally manages his Instagram, and naturally, you don't see everything online. But looking at 50 Cent's history, how he's handled interactions in this industry, with Demetrius and with others, it's clear that any direct messages sent now could easily be used against someone. Loyalty tends to lie where the connections were first formed, especially considering past conflicts, like the issue with Rick Ross, which 50 Cent clearly did not approve of. 50 Cent's influence and involvement in projects, including the BMF series, were significant. He invested time and resources, even bringing Lil Meech into the process. Anyone interacting under his umbrella needs to understand the implications. Sending a direct message at this point could be misinterpreted or turned into additional leverage against you. For Big Meech, it likely isn't a major concern personally, but from an outside perspective, engaging unnecessarily just gives others more ammunition. Given how situations like this tend to unfold, lines are drawn quickly. 50 Cent's stance on the Rick Ross connection was firm, and it reflects his approach. When someone demonstrates control or authority in a particular space, you need to proceed carefully. Whether you agree or not, being aware of the structure and the loyalties involved is crucial, especially when it impacts opportunities for projects or for younger talent like his son.
He came and got me before I even knew I could even act at all, before acting was even a thought. My dad called me one day and told me that he wanted me to fly to Atlanta in his presence so I could meet 50 for the first time and see the first casting that he was doing. So I flew out there and it was lined around the street. And the first time I met 50, it was just genuine. And I sat by him and we actually got to watch people audition for a couple hours. And the next day he called me, 8 o'clock in the morning, woke me up. I'm like, damn, 50 calling me. So I answered the phone, he like, hey, what you think about going to acting classes? I want you to play your dad. And at first, you know, it sounded crazy, but of course, you know, I'm gonna do it. I'm not doing nothing, so of course I wanted to do it, you know, I just didn't know if I could do it.
When entering a situation like this, you have to understand what you're signing up for. Personally, I wouldn't send direct messages to people around him, as that only creates potential exposure. You have to avoid giving anyone ammunition. At the end of the day, it is what it is. We can see how 50 Cent reacts whenever situations like this arise, especially involving Lil Meech and family matters. 50 Cent has addressed a wide range of topics online, from family to finances, sometimes raising serious allegations, regardless of confirmation. That sets the tone. If someone is financially or professionally connected to him, their loyalty and conduct must be transparent. If someone has already demonstrated where their loyalty lies, engaging further without caution could create unnecessary complications. Keeping it straightforward and honest is essential. At the end of the day, the key takeaway is understanding the dynamics, respecting loyalties, and carefully considering actions before getting involved.
Important thing. Never owe money.
Never owe money because I know he wants it by Monday. And I just, you know, and I just want to stay on his good side. That's it. I don't know. You know, with him and the whole Lil Meech thing, I have no clue. I'm not privy to truly what's going on there. I just know my loyalty runs deep. I know the day I booked this role,